Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me and allowing me to continue to be your daily advocate. If you're new here or you're not subscribed for any reason, please do me a huge favor and hit the subscribe button. Thank you to all of you who have been watching and following me for so long. It truly means a lot, and I'm glad that I can be this person.
Market cap right now, $1.741 trillion, ladies and gentlemen. The market is off by a little more than 0.5% here. Bitcoin right now, 38,800 change. Ethereum, $2,500 plus. And XRP back at the number 6 spot at 79 cents. It's up 8.16% on the 7-day. Let's get into it right here. So the range of price is 78 cents on the bottom and 81 cents on the top, showing 80 cents on Fiat Link right now. We'll take it. Take a look at this. From Gold Telegraph here, United Nations warns global food costs could surge another 22%. That is just incredible. I mean, look, if we think about the real damage of that impact globally, I mean, people are going to be just crushed with these costs. Obviously, it's, inflation, right? And that's why I'm telling you, Alan Greenspan says it best right here. I love my crypto. I absolutely love my XRP. I hope I don't even have to sell it. I hope I'm able to lease it to somebody to use it and they could pay me interest on it. That would be amazing. Never have to really unload it. How about that? But I'll tell you what else. How about having some gold?
Well, what's interesting is gold is still significant. I ask myself if it's a relic of a long history, why is there $1 trillion held in gold by the world's central banks, plus the IMF and all the other financial institutions? If it's worthless and meaningless, why is everybody still holding it?
And you can't ask the question any better than the former Federal Reserve Chairman did right there. And that's why I tell you guys about GlimpPay. They have really made gold and brought it into the digital world. You're physically allocated to gold. You can take physical delivery of it if you choose to, or you can keep it on your card or your app. And that's what I love about it, the functionality of that. Make sure you check the link out underneath this video. Really, really great stuff. Ripple plans to upgrade its NFT standard coming soon. Additional tokenized capabilities. We'll get into more of that this week. I just wanted to give you that headline. But let's get into this very quickly and move through this, because we have some things to see from the IMF First Deputy Director. You're going to want that and so much more. This actually makes sense. JP Morgan has been caught so many times manipulating the markets, it makes sense they would hire people with a criminal background to blame it on. JP Morgan is saying now that they're going to hire thousands of individuals with criminal backgrounds due to labor shortage. Well, listen, JP Morgan themselves are criminals. I just hope that the people with a criminal background that want a fresh start know exactly where they're going to work. So take a look at this. Congressman, when Clayton was chairman of the SEC, he could have advanced the crypto space, says John Deaton. He had fellow Republican commissioners Hester Peirce and Elad Roisman by his side. He had a 3-2 majority vote if he needed it or wanted it, but he could have passed a safe harbor establishing minimum threshold to be met. And he's absolutely right here. Warren Davidson, one of those advocates for crypto, really understands the space, as Tom Emmer and so many others, small handful of others, I should say. Yes, it has been painful to see the layers of DC swamp determined to delay action and protect incumbents, harming investors and artificially limiting America's economy. You just can't say it any better. For those of you who are wondering about all the information about conflicts and improprieties and why Judge Torres can't throw out the case based on all the information that has been kicked up on the internet here, he shows us right here. Notice how unclear hands defenses is not allowed. Really right here. It says generally cannot be brought against the SEC. So if you're wondering why, this is why. And that's good to know, because I did not know that. Thank you, John Deaton. And when it comes down to the SEC versus Ripple case, if you could only pick one, would you rather get Bill Hinman's 63 email chain or the Estabrook notes? John Deaton and Attorney Hogan both agree and answer here to 63 emails, because you already have Brad Garlinghouse's testimony about what happened at the Roisman meeting. So you have that. That's clear and already documented. And absolutely agree, says Jeremy Hogan. That's an easy one. So, and whether we're in the U.S. or in the EU, take a look at this now. We reported last week that the European Union was proposing banning proof-of-work mining and proof-of-work cryptocurrencies, and then at last minute they took it off the table. Well, at even more of last minute, it's back on, and they're voting on it tomorrow. This is the latest right here, and I don't want to get lost in the sauce here, but I do want to tell you that if you remember, this is the article, and I'm not going to read this whole thing to you, but the vote is back on. Patrick Hansen put out a good thread here. He says POW, proof of work ban, has basically made its way back into the draft of the European Parliament that will be voted on in the committee Monday. This is how they do it. He goes through this thread here and basically just acknowledges that, they took it out and then last minute it's back in. This could be unfortunate. He said, unfortunately, since the draft was changed last minute, I expect the EP, European Parliament Committee, to vote in favor on Monday, he says. So tomorrow could be a big news day for Bitcoin holders on this proof of work business in the EU. I want to remind everybody that December of last year, not long ago, Chris Larson had suggested that they do the tough work and migrate Bitcoin proof of work to proof of stake right here. I tend to think Chris Larson's in the know. And speaking of being in the know, whether we're talking, this is XRP Crypto Quebec here, and shout out to you, financial stability, financial inclusion, responsible innovation from the previous administration in the executive order we covered heavily here, 13772. It shows some of the same verbiage and support for moving forward, addressing systemic risk, market failures, things of that nature. And you see that tone carried over into today as well, right? Whether we're talking about financial stability, consumer investor protection, all the things, U.S. competitiveness on a global stage, everything there, right? The executive order, we know the whole deal, right? So we want to pay attention to that. But take a look at this. This is Geeta Gopinath right here from the first deputy, she is the first deputy managing director of the IMF, talking about payment systems changing around the world. Take a listen.
But it is fair to say that the global system will change in important ways. It's quite clear that when it comes to the energy sector, you're already hearing about diversification away from Russia in terms of a source of supply of energy, move towards, push that this is the time to make the transition to renewables that has been talked about, and maybe this is the moment to seize. And so you can see the change in the energy sector. You are seeing changes happening in terms of payment systems around the world. I think that these current events will accelerate some of the transitions, including changes we might see in terms of digital currencies, central bank digital coins. And again, when it comes to reserves, I think, again, events of this kind can have important implications for what reserves countries decide to hold. So it's too early to tell how all of this will play out. But I think it's fair to say that there are some important consequences for the global economy.
How about that? And reserves that the countries plan to hold? Wow. I tell you, there's a lot happening, and it's really like it's getting downhill at this point. And look at this, talk about timing here and good news. Monica Long, that's right, Monica Long from Ripple and Ripple X right here. You can see, General Manager of Ripple X. USD Coin and USD Tether are live on the XRP ledger. The two largest ERC20 stablecoins are available on the XRP ledger decentralized exchange for the first time. Opens up a world of possibilities with payments and more. How about that? I really believe that we shouldn't sleep on this, because this came out underneath of the cover of the big news about the case and the fair notice defense and that motion to strike it being denied. And look at what's going on here, because I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sure we just solidified our role as the new money protocol for the Internet of Value. Come on in. And take a look at this. Decoding CBDCs? This is from Bank XRP, a practical guide to CBDC design and implementation report series. Take a look at this. I've got just a couple things to show you out of here. Right here, this is obviously currency research done, consultancy group, right? Put this together. But let's go through this very quickly here, just so you understand. It's only 9 pages, and I'm not going to read every word to you, so you're going to love that part. So author bios, one of which right here, having previously worked as a senior trader at the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. How about that one? And then both of these other people here also heavily background in DLT and launching payment solutions. This one here with state-of-the-art automated currency vault solutions. 36 years of technical and commercial managerial experience in currency and payment sector. This is incredible. Then you come down here and they talk about Ripple. They break down crypto solutions. They go through the whole thing. Increase the access of inclusiveness, scalability, financial system while leveraging carbon neutral technology and a green digital asset. XRP, baby. Yeah. Now let's keep it moving because I have some other things I just want to show you very quickly here. Just want to go through this and show you, and I believe it was, with extensive experimentation in CBDC wholesale retail design over the last several years, the feasibility and implementing CBDC from technical perspective has been successfully demonstrated. And they are highlighting all the different programs that have taken place from up here above. Forward today, and 87 central banks are now investigating CBDCs. It's now over 100 or more. So here on the wholesale side, Project Juro, Project M-Bridge, which I've told you is like a multi-bridge thing, developed in cooperation by the BIS and everything else that's going on that we've covered heavily here on the channel. But let me keep it moving because I want to take you here to page 6 really quickly. There's a chart it breaks down. But let me get here because I want you to see this, and it is right here. So, where is it here? Yeah, various CBDC pilots and experimental efforts have utilized private permission DLT-based networks, including those the Royal Monetary Authority of Bhutan, the Swedish Riksbank, the Reserve Bank of Australia, and the Banque de France. Examples of DLT-based infrastructure for CBDC's use include Ripple's CBDC platform, Consensus Quorum, R3's Quarter platform, and IBM's Hyperledger Fabric, among others. Now let's keep it moving because we're not done. And I want to go through here and take a look at this on page 9. This whole report's really great, but I just want to bring it here, and it is, where's the section I have here for you? 1 second, let me find this for us. 1 second. And here we go right here. Permission blockchain solutions which have only a select few of network participants and therefore require less resources to achieve consensus typically use far less energy than traditional proof of work consensus blockchains. Ripple's XRP and XRP Ledger in comparison are natively low carbon technologies originally designed to be more efficient and energy efficient than Bitcoin and other proof of work protocols. This report's coming out by this consultancy group, and you're hearing the advantages of being carbon neutral and green, all that. This is exactly what I went on about last week. And the EU ban on proof of work Bitcoin mining. Look at this, what is happening here. This narrative is moving very, very quickly, I feel like, at this point. Now, does that mean that we're going to be rich on Wednesday? No, and I have no idea when or if that happens. And this is not financial advice from me or anyone else on this channel. But what I can tell you as an investor who's been in this space, and I've been invested here going on 5 years, the news that I am seeing is absolutely, just as is the winds are falling into the sails of Ripple in the SEC case, I see the same thing here happening when it comes to moving to this new digital fourth industrial revolution and an internet of value.
So enjoy your day, everybody. I'm always here for you. Leave any comments or questions below, and be sure to subscribe. But thanks, everybody. I really appreciate you. Enjoy your day, and I always have your back. So thanks so much, everybody.